Lauren Steiner here at the Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. I just got off an American Airlines flight and I found out something that was shocking to me, but ultimately not surprising. So I'm sitting on this flight from West Palm Beach, Florida to Dallas-Fort Worth, and all of a sudden the flight attendant gets on the loudspeaker and proceeds to announce that American is offering a new credit card. And she sits there literally for about 1 minute discussing the benefits of this credit card, and then says that the flight attendants will be walking through the aisles passing out application forms, which they then do. So I'm leaving the flight and I go to the flight attendant. Let me ask you something. How does it feel when they make you hawk those credit cards to average Americans who have an average of $8,000 in credit card debt? And she said they don't make us hawk them, they incentivize us. Apparently they give these flight attendants, she told me, $25 for the first 12 to 25 customers or flyers that actually sign up for the credit card. And then they give $100 for 25 to the next level, which she did not recall what it was. She basically said they've been offering this for years, and she only first started taking advantage of it last year because she needed surgery and she was already in such credit card debt. She told me that a friend of hers, a flight attendant, made $21,000 last year hawking these credit cards. Now, I find this just as disgusting as I find it shocking and appalling. I said to her, I bet you during this entire time they've been chiseling away at your salaries and benefits, and she nodded her head. And I said, and if they had single-payer health care, you wouldn't have had to go into debt to pay for your surgery. And she nodded her head. I said, I don't suppose you would agree to do an on-camera interview with me about this? And she said, oh no, I can't. So this is the state that we're in America, folks. Instead of paying these flight attendants a living wage and providing them with health benefits, or even better than them providing them with health benefits, we should have single payer. And so this little encounter that I just had exemplifies everything that is wrong with the United States of America. It is really appalling to me, and we know that this is one of the reasons they're able to offer such low cost flights, because many of these companies make their money on their credit cards. That's why every single business entity has a credit card associated with its name. I found out several years ago that the car companies, I think it was GM, made more money off of its financial division than it did off of selling its cars. So corporate America is making money by getting Americans further and further into debt to buy more of their shitty products that we really don't need. The advertising industry is in cahoots, creating a demand for these kind of products, making us feel that there's something wrong with us if we don't have the latest gizmo. Please tell this story to your friends, and by all means, do not get one of these credit cards. There's a wonderful video that I always promote called The Crisis of Capitalism by David Harvey. He's a Marxist economist from England, and he talks about in the battle between labor and capital, the ever-ending battle between labor and capital, labor was winning between World War II and 1980. And then after 1980, capital started winning. Why, if the average wage has not increased since 1982, adjusted for inflation, have Americans not revolted? How have we not had a socialist revolt in this country? And the answer was credit. Because people are able to finance a reasonable lifestyle, I suppose, on credit. And we know that not only do they use credit cards, they use their houses. That was the cause of the collapse. Everybody was taking out second mortgages and flipping houses, thinking that this never-ending home price rise would never end, and then they got stuck. and it was like one giant Ponzi scheme. And of course, the banks got bailed out, everybody else got sold out. And now we're doing it again. They're doing it again with the rental market. The Blackstone Group bought off all the foreclosed homes for a song, and then they're renting it out to people who lost their homes and charging ever-increasing rents. And of course, they're securitizing the rental agreements and making money off of that as well. So we have capitalist America, corporate America, basically profiting off of, not only profiting off of people's misery, but as I found out in this case with the airlines, they are exacerbating people's misery. They are no better than these check cashing places and these payday lenders that charge you 200% interest. Something's got to change in this country, and we got to get involved. So keep fighting. I'll see you back in LA.